Hi friends, I'm Matt Worst and welcome again to another episode of the 4Ps. Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate, and to those who do not, happy Monday. The only miracle this Hanukkah is the fact that the 4Ps have lasted for 53 glorious episodes, and my oil is still burning strong. The holidays are about family and togetherness and kindness, generosity, memories, and gifts, or the indelible memories of gifts received. Like that one year, my parents actually bought me 8 presents for Hanukkah. They were all He-Man action figures night after night, building up to Skeletor, then He-Man, and then on the last night, the huge Grayskull castle. I mean, it changed me forever. I'm not alone. My friend and neighbor, Jason Price, and I were talking about this recently. He's a legend in the hospitality marketing business and the executive vice president at HEBS Digital. He also has a memorable gift from childhood.
Hey, this is Jason Price, and my favorite gift that I remember growing up was G.I. Joe. It was a talking G.I. Joe. The only problem is that this G.I. Joe, when you pulled the string, you could not understand anything he said. But regardless, it was awesome. He had an M16, a flak jacket. Looks like he just came back from NAM, and he was ready to hang out in the backyard and play Army for another tour of duty.
For the first time in my nearly 2 decades of professional working experience, I took a more extended period time off than I've ever done before. And while I had the opportunity to take a month-long paid sabbatical at 360i, I never believed it was the right thing to do, for me or for my team. But as some of you know, I finally took time off this fall in between jobs, what I would call a pause. Now, planning a pause, whether while still at a job or in between jobs, is extremely beneficial for your mental health and just for beating burnout. Now, plan your pause properly and you'll emerge on the other side feeling reinvigorated and much clearer about your true life purpose and the things that motivate you. And here's how I would define the pause. A pause is a moment of reflection during which you give yourself the time and space to get back in tune with your feelings, your intuition. Now, taking a break isn't just about relaxing, though. It's an opportunity to reevaluate your path in life and understand your true needs and desires. And once you do that, you can start planning changes that'll put you on the road to a better, more authentic life. So, one thing that we remarkably have not spent much time talking about here in the professional aspect of the 4Ps is meeting management, about meetings. So let's change that. A CEO I used to work for used to spend a larger percentage of his time thinking about and talking about and trying to fix meeting culture. Now, back then, I was always curious why this took up so much, such a large chunk of his mental capacity. But corporate inefficiency and waste starts with meetings. Too many meetings per employee per day, too many people in the meeting, they last too long. Some see it as a proxy for an office social gathering. Others invite everyone who may have been left off just for fear of leaving them out. And then there are the people who feel the need to contribute, even if it's not necessarily meaningful to do so in a meeting, which then makes it run longer. Last month, an article in the Harvard Business Review proclaimed that it's actually beneficial for people to be excluded from time to time from meetings. Now, meeting organizers and leaders should be more selective and allow just more people to get meaningful work done and not have to attend the meeting, focusing just on higher priority tasks. So, of course, it's possible that you guys already had a meeting to talk about this and just chose not to include me, in which case, good for you. There's a lot happening in the political sphere lately that would make for a good segment of the 4Ps in the politics area. There's the G20 summit wrapping up, the passing of President Bush 41, but It's also now been about 30 days, give or take, since a Justice Department staffer was made head of the Department of Justice as acting Attorney General, never approved by the Senate. And there's still no nominee to the Senate looming, at least anytime soon. Now, something called the Eaton precedent of 1898 allows a non-confirmed officer, but only in special circumstances. And the only thing special these days is our president. Thing is, there are plenty of Senate-confirmed DOJ officers who were available and still are, from which to choose that could be acting as Attorney General and legally. But the Senate leadership continues to be silent. As we all know, silence is deadly.